10 years, then and now, our look at what we learned in the darkness of November 6, 2005. A little boy sound asleep. He was just 4 months old, unaware of the chaos around him. Somehow, he was spared by his crib and a brick wall that showed incredible mercy.
Going back 10 years ago, at that moment in time, I really didn't think this would ever be possible. For a moment, I didn't think he would be here.
Phil Dirkholz is a former WEHT photographer, watching his 10-year-old son Christian at soccer practice. A youngster focused on the ball. It is played out millions of times, but in this story, he is doing so as though the darkness of November 6, 2005 never existed. Here we have the crib, the brick, and this was on the upper level, right?
Right.
And this is his room from the outside with the wall gone.
Yep, when the wall fell onto the baby bed.
Phil and Don Dirkholz had tucked their 3 children in bed just hours before the monster hit their Newburgh home, point blank. Nolan was 6 years old, Ellie was 3, and then there was Christian, just 4 months on this earth. Nolan, you're the big brother. You had a lot on your shoulders. You were 6 years old. What do you remember about that night?
Well, I had a bedroom downstairs, and I kind of woke up to all these crashing noises, and Mom and Dad ran downstairs, and we had this little closet in my room, and it was like a separate little room, and I would draw on the walls and stuff, so we all stayed in there. And when we realized we forgot Christian upstairs and my dad ran up there, I was kind of thinking, this is my time to kind of be the man of the house. Comforting Mom wasn't hard, it just kind of came naturally, so that's kind of what was running through my mind, was I got to keep Mom calm.
I go, where's the baby? And that's when, gosh, I don't know how you describe that, mayhem, I guess, ensues. Didn't know really even just what happened, but we knew that I had to get there. So I took off running up the stairs, and the stairs were full of patio furniture, bricks, windows, you name it, it was sucked down into that stairwell. As I was running down the hall, I remember looking up and realizing there is no roof. Get back into his room, and I look, and there's a brick wall that had fallen in and smashed his crib. There was no noise of any kind.
He lifted that wall literally with his shoulder, grabbing Christian. He was in one of those little sack sleepers, grabbing him out, and the next day it took like 8 guys to move that wall.
Phil and Don and their family stayed put, building a new home in the same spot and returning there 6 months later. But this is not a story about brick and mortar. It's a love story. A story about cruel selection from a storm that took so many lives. The tornado appeared to step aside on its destructive path in Newburgh.
Oh, are my glasses here? Here's the nightstand that they were on.
Although neighborhoods were devastated, there were no deaths. For Phil and Don, among the chaos, there was some comfort.
The house was blown apart. All of the pictures were gone off the wall, but every single crucifix was still in its place in the house, not moved.
And those kids. Christian cannot remember, of course, but Ellie and Nolan do. They have grown closer. The storm, in some ways, made them grow up so quickly.
It's important to me because not everyone has a family like I do, and my family is very special.
And as he's grown older, looking back on that, it's like, if I lost him, I don't know what I would have done.
He's a sweet boy. He can get on my nerves a little bit, but that's normal.
And he's changed my life in major ways.
This was actually a mural that was painted on the wall in Christian's room. And this frame was actually his headboard from the crib. We knew that had to be part of the decorations in his room.
I honestly don't think that any of that could have been possible without somebody watching over us.